Guns is a special case because it does have very dire consequences for misuse of other people's freedom. So, the general libertarian perspective or principle that, I should be free to do what I want as long as I don't restrict your freedoms from doing what you want. That is, the freedom for me to swing my arm ends at your nose. Okay, so guns are a special case. I've long been pretty much against gun control. That is, people should choose to do what they want. I've since gone back and forth on this mainly because the rates of accidents and suicides and homicides is so high when guns are readily available. It is a complex statistical argument in both directions. More guns, less guns, more crime, less crime. Which way does it go? Which state, which county, carry and conceal laws? So this is one of the more complex social science problems I've ever looked into. And I have to say, it isn't really obvious, other than if you look at states like in most European states that either where no one has guns or almost no one has guns. They have nothing like, even remotely like, the gun violence we have. So clearly, if no one had guns, we wouldn't have a gun problem. That said, that's never going to happen in America. There are about 320 million guns on the streets, well, in people's homes or whatever. We're never going to take them back. No one's going to go house to house, like Nazis, breaking down the doors and stealing people's guns. That's never going to happen. So, and in fact, the Supreme Court's voted twice in 06 and 08, particularly the Heller case, the handgun case in Washington, D.C. It is protected by the Second Amendment. That's not going to change anytime soon. So let's face up to that and see if we can do something to just reduce the carnage. Like, why are people allowed to buy AR-15s and AK-47 rifles? What are those for? I grew up hunting with shotguns. I had a 20 gauge and a 12 gauge shotgun. Shotguns are used for shooting birds out of the sky. Or certain rifles are good for deer hunting. Okay, I get all that. And handguns for self-defense. Okay, I understand. I'm not going to have one in my house. Too many risks there. But still, if you want one, okay. But what's the purpose of an AR-15 or AK-47? It was designed to kill as many people as possible in a short time as possible. And of course, that's exactly what it's used for. Target practice? I don't know, maybe, I guess. Some people say they enjoy that. I don't know. But there, I would say the risk is too high of it being misused. And as we've clearly seen in recent terrorist attacks, anybody can get one. They're not hard to get. And that's a problem.